The excitement that only the big fights can generate. Our season climaxes with a heavyweight matchup containing all the ingredients. Mike Tyson is now 38, but he starts his quest to get back to the top against Danny Williams. Adam Smith travelled to Phoenix, Arizona to find the new Tyson camp at a new attitude too.
Arizona, the Valley of the Sun. Once home to heated battles in the Wild West. Now base for the most ferocious fighter of modern times. Mike Tyson has left behind the glitz of Las Vegas for the quiet desert around Phoenix. In scorching temperatures, the former heavyweight champion's aiming to reignite his career, and we found a very different look to the Tyson setup. The entourage has gone. The team is small. There seems to be proper dedication at last, and an unusual air of calm.
You haven't been in the ring for some year and a half. What made you come back this time around?
Well, I just wanted to fight. It was time to fight. I took too long off, and I'm here fighting.
Why did you take that time off?
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just enjoying myself, I guess. I thought I was, but it's time to come back to work.
We missed you in the ring. Didn't you miss it?
I don't know. I don't know what I did. I was just hanging out. I wasn't thinking about fighting. I just needed time to just do nothing, I guess, which was foolish, but I was doing nothing, absolutely nothing.
But when did you suddenly think, okay, let's get the gloves back on, let's get back into shape, and let's do it again?
I've gained too much weight. I looked around and I saw a picture of myself, and I saw stuff hanging off me and double chin. I thought, well, let me just get back in the gym, start training.
You didn't like what you saw in the mirror?
No.
Have you come back because you need money? Have you come back because you want to redetermine your place in history?
I'm just a fighter, and that's what I do. I need a buck just like everyone in this planet does. And I'm just here fighting.
You've got Danny Williams, one of the British boys, and you fought a few of our lot before. Frank Bruno a couple of times. You beat him, you beat Julius Francis. Lennox Lewis wasn't a night for you. What do you know about Danny from Brixton?
I don't know. I never saw him fight, I don't believe, but I'm familiar with Danny. I met Danny before.
You've met him? Where did you meet him?
I believe at one of the training sessions for the Julius Francis fight.
But you haven't seen a tape of him?
I don't believe so, no.
He's quite a talented guy in Britain, and he's a bit taller. You met him at the press conference.
He's not that tall. He's all right, but he's not that tall. He had big boots on.
He had big boots then? You were very nice to him that day, weren't you?
I don't know. I wasn't there to be a tough guy.
The one thing with Danny Williams that we don't know about is really his mental attitude when he comes to the ring. Sometimes he can be good, sometimes he can be awful. Do you think that's a worry against the master of intimidation in yourself?
I don't know, but he better not come off with that nigga. He would have been in a lot of trouble. He better come real good.
What's Danny Williams got to expect on July the 30th? He says he's going to smash Mike Tyson to bits.
Well, you know, I don't know. Good luck to him as well. But a lot of people have said that, and they weren't successful. And I'm not looking forward to him being that successful as well. But I'm looking forward to facing him on July 30th. We're just training, working hard. We have a job to do, and we're looking forward to doing the job. Everything's falling in place. We have another week and a half, and God willing, everything's going to turn out well the 30th of July.
I mean, before the Etienne fight, you went off and got that tattoo. You went missing for a couple of days.
I don't know. I was a different person then. You know, I was a different person. I don't know.
You're not going to get one the other side of your face before this one?
You never know. I'm an ink freak, too, so I just might.
Now, are we going to see you in July and then not see you for another year and a half? Well, or are you going to keep busy?
I hope not. Isn't that crazy? I'm crazy. I'm a maniac. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't know. I'm going to try to be more persistent and consistent on my activity in boxing.
Because you had fight after fight in the early days.
I know. Listen, don't rub it in. I'm going to try to be consistent on my fighting.
We'd like to see that. What after Danny Williams, what's the plan? Who would you aim for?
Maybe Antonio Tarver, Lamont Brewster.
One of those two?
Yes. What
about a fight with Vitaly Klitschko? Because he's seen as the best out there at the moment.
Well, that's just not on the road right now, but I'm sure that he's on the path.
What do you need? You need more fights to keep regularly busy.
It's around 3 or 4 more fights.
3 or 4 more?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the twilight of your career. You've won the world heavyweight title twice. Can you do it a third time?
I believe I can. I never get discouraged. I'm not the kind of guy to get discouraged. If that was the case, I would never be fighting again. I'm a fool, but I'm not a damn fool. I'm not going to come here and get obliviated. I have some pride. I don't want to get just obliviated.
What makes Mike Tyson happy?
I don't know, just being Mike. You know what I mean? Less stress, being content. I'm pretty content now, so I have no more, as you said before, I have no more of the entourage, I have no more of nothing or anything. So I must make me a pretty average guy.
Mike Tyson's pretty content.
Pretty much so, yes. See, people have the miscommunication problem that if they don't see me ranting and raging, they probably think I'm not a hungry fighter, but I was just a young, foolish person, just ranting and raving, staring people down. That wouldn't have scared me, but I hope I didn't allow it to scare them. They may have, but it's just not the point.
Will you become world champion?
Absolutely,
again?
Yes, I will.
Yes, you will.
Yes.
And we'll remember Mike Tyson as an incredible story.
Well, thank you very much.
Not over yet, though, is it?
No way.
And that was mild Mike Tyson. Johnny, what is all this about?
It sounds like Mike has found himself. He's got peace within himself. Everything he says there, you can understand and agree with. He wasn't talking any pie-in-the-sky ideas. You could understand and thought, you know what, I can understand this guy. Whereas before he's ranted and raved and said stuff that you thought, this guy's crazy. I can understand that guy there.
Derek Williams, you've known him for years, since sparring with him all those years ago. Is this really a changed person?
Definitely.
We can't buy into this, can we?
Well, not really. I mean, Mike seemed to be, he's trying to find, like Johnny said, he's trying to find himself. I mean, the Mike that we know and came to know over the years is a guy who's been aggressive and wild, and now he's trying to be someone new. I don't know if he's going to be able to handle that. And also he's got to remember that he's got a lot of outside pressures that he's trying to put behind him, so he's trying to change his whole persona.
There was a certain amount of peace generated in the area around Mike Tyson compared to the build-up to previous fights. This is also a change, isn't it? A new camp.
Well, that's right. It's new to him, but will he be able to fight with that kind of mentality? You know, because Mike is the kind of guy that he's a guy that fights on his mental strength.
He could be lulling Danny Williams into a false sense of security with all this, Nicky, couldn't he?
He could be. I mean, I hope he's happy. Obviously, as you get older, you mature and you learn from life, and maybe he's learned from those mistakes. And the small entourage and the training, he looks in great shape, I must say, and mentally very, very well.
And this is an event with rarity value at least. After all, only one fight for Mike Tyson in 2 years, and that one didn't last very long.
What can Etienne offer? His recent form has not been encouraging, though he did look a decent fighter up to a couple of years ago. He's in the red trunks, Tyson, of course, in his trademark black. What happens the first time he lands a big one? And he does land a left hook. Etienne tries to start positively himself and wrestles Tyson to the floor. Wow, the Black Rhino was on the charge then, all right.
He certainly was, and he's doing exactly as they say he's going to do. He's going to try and meet Tyson and get his respect early.
And maybe test his mental strength as well. Big right uppercut on the inside from Tyson. Etienne, though, still wants to make a ferocious argument of it. Answer to one question straight away, Etienne is not, definitely not, intimidated, but he is down from a cracking right hand! Oh, it's a great shot from Tyson! This could be over! He isn't getting up! Knockout all over! It's one of the quickest wins of Tyson's career. Mike Tyson reignites the flame. 49 seconds we make it, which I think is the third quickest win Tyson has ever had.
Yes, but it was no doubt impressive still 17 months ago.
Well,
what if Danny Williams can go into this fight and survive that sort of an initial onslaught?
I think Danny should be able to handle that sort of onslaught. Tyson, I noticed in that fight, was missing a lot of punches, and he was, I mean, out of the ring for maybe like in less than a year. Now it's been longer, so I think Danny has a better chance.
I think the difference here, Etienne, like Julius Francis did there, went in trying to attack and hurt Tyson. That's a mistake against somebody like Mike
Danny's
Tyson.
a better
Williams
fighter
won't
than
do
both
that.
of
He'll
them.
be cuter.
The thing
and he'll
is, the
stand
way
off.
Mike Tyson fights, that suits Mike Tyson down to the ground. He's 38 years old now, so to stand there in front of Mike Tyson, have a tete with him, that's the best thing for Mike Tyson, because before you drab his way in and find a combination, if you're stood in front of him, he's mesmerising in everything he
Well, that's
does.
why this suits Danny Williams, because Danny's got a better. I think Danny's a better fighter than Etienne ever was.
Well, Etienne was one thing, as you suggest there, Derek. Before that, of course, Lennox Lewis, a completely different proposition, and Tyson, by contrast, had more problems by a long way than he could handle. Johnny, what are the lessons out of this?
Lennox Lewis was smart. He was composed. He used his jab and boxed long on his jab and used the power of the jab all the time. And Tyson's trying to edge his way in. Now, as I've just said, Mike Tyson, the best way for Mike Tyson to fight is get up close. If you keep him long, keep him on the jab and make him struggle to get it, he suffers.
It was a terrible beating that he took, Nicky. What does it say to you about Mike Tyson that having taken a beating like this, even now, as he's told Adam Smith, I want to get back to the top of the pile?
I believe him. He really does want to get back. The fighting is all he knows.
Look at the suffering he went through.
Yeah. And I think he was mentally giving in there.
But he showed heart.
He definitely showed
heart.
heart, and he's got heart, and he wants to come back. And you know, I really think, looking at the shape he's in now, he's still. There's not much on the heavyweight scene. Got the chance.
With your
to make
knowledge
his
of
world
Mike
great.
Tyson, having spent time in the gym with him, Derek, in his mind and heart, does Mike Tyson believe I can achieve what would be an extraordinary piece of
Well, I
boxing?
see what Paul, looking at the heavyweight division now, he must probably think to himself that he is on par with the guys that are out there now. He definitely needs to get rid of that ring rust, and I think that he's got a lot of demons behind him though, so that's another thing that could be going against him.
But Williams is a boxer, and he'll learn from this. This is the style he will try and copy. Lennox Lewis is his style. Stand off jab and look for the
You
weakness.
know what the
Williams
big problem
could
is? When you've got Mike Tyson stood in front of you, hunting and grunting like a big old bull, and you're thinking he looks in good condition. And all of a sudden, all the tactics and all the plans you've got just slip out the window.
Can I come?
And that's what
I don't think that's going to trouble Danny, because on this particular fight, we all know Danny's a talented fighter and he can punch.
Yeah, he is.
But there's no getting away from it. It is a massive task that Danny Williams faces, Derek. And your views have left us in little doubt about that. First, this one. Spencer, quite like a big heavyweight show from the United States. And that's what we're in for next Friday night, as Britain's Danny Williams gets the chance of his life against Mike Tyson. But for both fighters, the intense preparation underlines just how big an occasion this is, as Adam Smith reports.
This is crucial to the careers of both Mike Tyson, aiming to recapture his world crown, and Danny Williams, British underachiever, who's long craved a defining fight.
I'm just looking forward to fight. I just want to fight again so desperately. I just want to fight.
That badly, it's burning inside.
Exactly, yeah.
This is a great opportunity for me. Opportunity I've been, training for years, and I'm going to take it with both hands. This is what I've always wanted.
Tyson set up his American training camp way out west, Williams on the East Coast, before they clash in Kentucky on July the 30th. And as the great Louisville Lip always said, failed to prepare, prepare to fail. Leaving Las Vegas for the serene surroundings of Phoenix seems to have suited Tyson. He's been relaxed with the media while drilling his body into shape.
We're just training, working hard. We have a job to do, and we're looking forward to doing the job. Everything's falling in place.
Greatest fight of our era. We will prove it Saturday night.
The entourage have been turfed out, leaving a tiny team led by star trainer Freddie Roach.
This training camp's been so much better. I mean, I couldn't go 3 rounds in the midst with him. He'd be throwing up in the last fight and stuff. And then my first day here with him, as I told you, he was in good shape already. We went 10 rounds the first day.
Tyson's also gone back to the future by hiring former stablemate Tom Patty as assistant trainer. Both were schooled under Cus D'Amato.
I go back to Mike since the 80s with Cus D'Amato. We were both under Cus's tutelage since we were young amateurs, and I got to tell you, I'm exceptionally pleased with where he's at and where he's going with his career right now.
Meanwhile, Williams has swapped Brixton for Long Island, but remains with grueling taskmaster Jim McDonnell. In his first proper camp, he's acclimatized quickly, ahead of his date with destiny.
I've been training for a long time, working on different techniques with Jim McDonnell, and I feel great. I feel like I'm going to take the world by storm.
Plenty of work's been spent on the mental side, a possible Williams frailty, because a major test is expected against the master intimidator.
The only person who's not scared of the fear factor, they're either liars or psychopaths. It is something that all fighters have to deal with, including Mike Tyson. It's understanding that feeling, that fear feeling, and how you deal with it. And Danny is dealing with it right now.
Trained in New York, but Williams must fire on all cylinders in Louisville. So must Tyson. This is now last chance saloon for the 38-year-old prepared out in the Wild West.
What's your prediction for the fight?
Oh, I'm going to win.
No doubt.
No doubt, yes.
Danny Williams is going to get knocked out?
Well, the possibility, yes.
Mild Mike, understated in every sense. That's the new Mike Tyson. Spencer, what about Danny Williams, though, in this? You box with him on cards, amateur and professional. Is he going to handle it all from here on?
I mean, Danny has got the ability to do it, you know, he really has, but it's all about a mental and psychological job with Danny, and that's going to be the tough one to overcome. He's got the best man in his corner with Jim McDonald, who does an excellent job on that. But it's when they come face to face at that weigh-in, then we'll see. I mean, for Danny to go over there and win this contest would be like Lloyd Honeyghan going to beat Don Curry, or John H. Stracy going to beat Jose Napoles. You know,
in
that's
Mexico
the sort of
City.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the sort of contents it would fall in.
But in order for him to do that, he's got to. It looked a very well-ordered, well-organised camp. But now he goes to Louisville for the week of the fight. It could be very different atmosphere. Will Danny Williams handle that?
Well, this is the question that remains to be seen. I mean, he hasn't done it before. When he's been in those big contests, we see him against Julius Francis losing the title, and we see him last time out against Michael Sprott. When he gets to that big contest, he never seems to be mentally quite there, and this is the biggest chance of his career, and I hope he takes it with both hands. He's got the ability, but it's the mental side of it.
Nicky, does Tyson still excite you? The name and the aura, is it still there for you?
Definitely, Paul. I'm really excited to see him Tyson again. I think he's back in the gym purely because he wants to be world champion again, not just for his financial problems. I think he really does want to fight and become world champion again.
It would be historic should he pull that off. Spencer mentioned Lloyd Honeyghan's exploits as an example. You were probably a young amateur getting into the game when Honeyghan pulled off his shock in America.
That's right.
It would be a massive shot in the arm for the whole of British boxing if Williams could replicate,
If Williams can go over there and do a job on Tyson, then it would be fantastic for British boxing and also obviously for Danny Williams. But it's an hard night's work.
You said it. Don't miss any of the build-up with us in the run-up to this fight.
The old, mean, malevolent Mike Tyson has vanished this week. He's been happy to talk and pose with rival Danny Williams. The only thing he's touchy about is his age.
It's as if 38's a death sentence. I feel like, God, man, like I'm Methuselah over here. God, dang. He's 31. When I was champ, he was 13.
As for Danny Williams, he was keeping it simple.
All I'd like to say is that I trained hard. You know, from a young age, I've always wanted to fight and beat a great fighter like Mike Tyson. You know, on the 30th, I've got the opportunity, and inshallah, I'm going to do it. Thank you.
Earlier, Tyson pulled in a crowd of 2,000 at an open-air workout. He looked fast and sharp on the pads, working with trainer Freddie Roach. The old hangers-on and sycophants have gone. You seem to have got your life back together again.
Well, I'm working on it one step at a time.
Back to basics, isn't it? Living in a two-bedroom house and putting out the rubbish at night, I hear.
Well, it's okay. Better people have done less than that.
He's trying real hard and he's training real hard, so I'd say Mike's about 60% of where he was at.
So how is Danny Williams coping with the spotlight? He seems to be loving it, so far.
It's been unbelievable. I've been driving around in the limousine, you know, they treat me like a star, it's amazing.
And you've been signing about 1,000 autographs for the fans, so you've never been treated like this?
Never been treated like that. I don't know if I'm going to have any energy by the time of fight time. I'm just totally worn out by it.
I hope you're not too worn out because you've got a job to do.
Yeah, I've got a job to do. Don't trust me, I'm going to do it, you know. I spend most of my time in my hotel room just meditating on the fight.
Maybe the size of the occasion will produce a sensational Williams performance. Or maybe he'll just mentally dissolve. And what of the bankrupt Tyson? Is he simply fighting now just to pay off his debts?
Of course, the money's important to Mike, and you know, there's no other way he can make the money that he needs to make to pay the IRS and the people off. So, you know, this is what Mike still does best, is box.
Tell us what you think is going to happen in this fight with Danny Williams and where you think it's leading for you.
Well, I'm in great shape, and I'm just looking forward to doing some serious damage.
We've been warned, and if he is serious about regaining some of the lost glories, he's chosen a good location, a place with echoes of heavyweight history running right through it. And waiting there, Jim Watt, and first, Ian Darke.
Yes, we're in bluegrass country, Louisville, Kentucky, home of 4 world heavyweight champions, including the greatest himself, Muhammad Ali, who it's rumoured threw his gold medal in the Ohio River behind me here as a protest about not being served in a restaurant on his return from the Rome Olympics. Well, the focus this week, of course, is very much on the comeback of Mike Tyson. And Jim, how has he seemed to you this week?
Well, at long last, Mike seems to have his head together. He's in good shape psychologically for a change. It's as though that the problems he's had with his health and his finances, he has a handle on that now. He's happy, he's calm, he's in good humour. He has the good influence of Freddie Roach in his corner. That's all good news for Mike Tyson. I don't know if it's quite so good for Danny Williams.
But of course, Mike Tyson is 38 years of age now. He's only had 4 fights in 4 years. He was destroyed by Lennox Lewis 2 years ago. Is he just an old man now?
Well, he hasn't had too many hard fights, Tyson, so I think with a good trainer, as I've mentioned already, getting him pulled together, I think he's still good enough to box at the top. In the heavyweight division at the moment, believe it or not, we need Mike Tyson.
By the way, he hasn't changed that much. He's got 8 pigeons flying around loose in his hotel room, and he's creating a real buzz around the town as well, isn't he?
See, I think he's more popular now than he's ever been. With these well-documented money problems, his personal problems, I think people have warmed to him now. They feel a little bit sorry for him, and it's a newfound popularity. I don't think he's used to that.
But I think it'll be the same old explosive Mike Tyson in the ring. As for Danny Williams, he's coping with it all pretty well so far, but how will he cope with the nerves in the minutes before fighting the intimidating Mike Tyson?
That is
a big crowd for the weigh-in. Even Muhammad Ali's brother Rahman showed up. Would there be signs of pre-fight nerves from Danny Williams? Well, he seemed okay.
265 pounds for Danny Williams, 265.
Danny Williams, a heaviest ever, 18 stone, 13 pounds. Why?
The plan was just to train hard. Jimmy was monitoring everything out here and training 3 to 4 times a day. And, you know, whatever weight I come in at, and this is the weight I come in at. I still feel fast, still feel sharp, so this is my good weight for me.
You're coming exactly the weight we planned. Absolutely perfect for fighting Mike Tyson. There's a method behind everything we're doing, and part of that method is to walk him down in clinches and where his legs at. The 38-year-old legs ain't going to be too strong after Danny leans on him in the first 12 minutes of the fight, first 4 rounds.
3 years ago, Tyson had ballooned to over 17 stone through inactivity and boredom with the boxing business. But he looked good here.
233 pounds for Mike Tyson, 233.
That's 16 stone 9 pounds, a pound lighter than he was for the Lennox Lewis fight 2 years ago.
I think he has enough right now to beat Danny Williams, and he's in much better shape for this fight than he was for the Etienne fight, I'll tell you that much.
Tyson seems in the mood for a destructive performance, but what would a sensational win mean for Danny Williams?
Oh man, don't even talk. You're gonna make me cry on TV, man. Seriously, if I win this, beat this guy, it'll be like winning a world title, man. It'll be unbelievable.
This is the night Danny Williams believes will transport him into the heavyweight elite, but Mike Tyson expects to jolt him back to reality very quickly tonight. Well, I don't remember Mike Tyson being this mentally and physically tuned up for a fight for about a decade. He looked good, didn't he, Jim?
Yeah, he looked very good. He's in excellent shape. He's only 1 stone heavier than he was 18 years ago. So I think for a man of 38, he's in good shape. You can see that. He's keen. His demeanour's been good all week long. I think he's in the best mental shape he's been in for a long time. So he looks ready to go.
Very relaxed, signing autographs afterwards, continuing to be amenable. You don't think there's just a danger that he's so calm and thinks this is such a formality that it might have doused the fighting fire a little bit?
I don't think so. Tyson's a natural fighter, and a couple of times in the press conference recently he said he likes knocking people out, he likes hurting people, that's what he does. I think that little thing will always be with Tyson, that little streak.
I thought Danny Williams coped with it all okay. It is, of course, the day before the fight, the weigh-in, but he's coping well so far, isn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think he looked any more nervous than Mike Tyson did. I think the weight is good, just short of 19 stones.
Heaviest ever though, Jim.
Yeah, but I think part of his plan must be to manhandle Tyson, negate some of his work, mess him about a little bit physically. So I think at almost 19 stone, he should be able to do that.
Yeah, it might make him a bit slower and easier to hit though as well. That might be a worry, but Williams had a parting shot for us. He said, don't forget, I can punch too.
Frankly, And as he climbs those stairs, that's when it will suddenly dawn on him. He's got to produce the goods, tight jab, centre of the ring, combinations chest high, and hope that he can pull it off.
Thank you. It's his moment, and it's Jim Watt and Ian Darke.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul. Here comes Danny Williams, and we're going to watch very, very closely here for any signs of tension, pre-fight nerves. We've seen so many Tyson opponents dissolve mentally in these last few seconds before coming to meet him in the ring. The intimidation factor, the very thought of being in the same ring as a man with such a ferocious reputation. But frankly, to me there, Danny Williams looks as cool as cucumber.
Yeah, you don't want them too cool. If anybody wasn't nervous at this stage, then you'd be more worried about them. It's the same as Danny's weight. He's almost 19 stone. If he'd come in light, I would have been thinking, heaven's sake, has he lost weight through nerves? He's looking good, he's looking focused, he doesn't have those rabbit in the headlights eyes. So let's hope for the best when he gets into the ring here.
He's been watching videos over and over again of the way Lennox Lewis destroyed Mike Tyson 2 years ago, when Tyson did look a shot fighter, an old man. That looked like a retirement fight. But here we are 2 years later, and Tyson is still fighting on and still dreaming of becoming heavyweight champion again. Williams may believe that after the setbacks in his career, things haven't gone well. There's been a lack of self-belief. He's underachieved. But this fight he could see as a present. This could be the moment, the chance to gate crash the big time.
Yeah, well, this has come right out of the blue. He must have thought his career was going absolutely nowhere. The main thing, I was speaking to Danny yesterday, and I said, when you wake up on Saturday morning, make sure you can say you give it your best shot. It's the biggest chance in your life. Make sure you have no regrets, win or lose, on Saturday morning. I hope that's the attitude he takes in here now.
He's been meditating in his hotel room this week, thinking about it. He's fought this fight 1,000 times in his head. He doesn't look, as so many Tyson opponents have looked, like a man going to the gallows. Not yet, anyway.
Well, he knows what to expect here. Danny must realise he will have to go through some pain in the first couple of rounds. He must get beyond those rounds, but he can't do it negatively. It has to gain Tyson's respect. It has to keep Tyson busy at the same time, but he must know the longer this goes, the better his chances get.
By the way, they even rehearsed that ring walk, I understand, earlier on, just so he had the feel of the arena. And he's waiting now for Mike Tyson, who is on his way with trainer Freddie Roach, with whom he's formed a great relationship. The best trainer-fighter relationship that Tyson's had, I reckon, since he was with Kevin Rooney in the early days. The sycophants and hangers-on have gone. It's a small team now. Tyson's rededicated himself to the business, has trained as well as he's done in a long time, tried to get his life in order. Can he have an Indian summer in his career?
Well, I think the fact that Tyson seems to have his head together at the moment, he has one of the best trainers he's ever had. I had a great respect for Kevin Rooney, but since then, I think Freddie Roach is the best he could have. Freddie Roach realises what he has to work with, a 30-year-old man whose best days are behind him. So he knows what to expect from Tyson and what to work towards, and I'm sure he'll have him in the best shape possible at this stage.
Just listen to the cheer as the crowd catch a glimpse of him in Louisville. He's glad to be here. So many towns and cities in America have shunned him. This man is reviled and revered in equal measure. He's been through jail, bankruptcy, divorces, lawsuits. He's threatened to eat his opponent's children, non-existent in the case of Lennox Lewis. But he's trying to turn over a new leaf. Can he rediscover himself as a fighter?
Well, once again, he proves that nobody generates excitement like Mike Tyson. Nobody else in the fight game have people on the edge of their seats the way this man can do it.
And as Tyson makes his way to the ring, Williams, out of shot, was just glancing down, looking at him with a half smile on his face. Here comes Tyson now. Will he try to intimidate Williams in any way? Will he go and eyeball him? Will there be any of the old antics? No. They do respect Danny Williams, the Tyson camp, but they do think that there are technical errors that he makes, and they think he is mentally fragile. Not the bravest, was how Freddie Roach put it when I interviewed him.
Yeah, and Tyson has said a couple of days ago that he expects a one-round victory. Now, Danny Williams can turn that into his favour. That shows a lack of respect. I think they've prepared properly for this fight. Freddie Roach wouldn't put up with anything less. They've studied fights, they have a fight plan, but I think when the first bell rings, Tyson will go back to what he always does, look for a blast out.
Now he is eyeballing Williams across the ring, and Williams was looking straight back at him. Do you remember how he used to do that when he was 20? Prowl across the ring like a caged tiger, twitching his neck. He hasn't been doing that here. There's the tail of the tape for this fight. Williams, by the way, a heaviest ever, 18 stone, 13 pounds. That is deliberate, they say. They want to barge Tyson around on the inside. They want the extra weight. Tyson, by the way, is 16 stone, 9 pounds, which is a pound lighter than when he fought Lennox Lewis, but half a stone heavier than when he fought Clifford Etienne, his only fight since. No 3 knockdown rule for this. You can't be saved by the bell in any round. That might be important if Williams, it's likely to be Williams, isn't it, is in trouble late in a round. So remember that one. Nearly all set to go here. The latest comeback of Mike Tyson in what looks a wide open heavyweight division. How will Britain's Danny Williams cope with this in what is a very, very surprise chance for him a few months after he lost his British and Commonwealth titles to Michael Sprott? He was going nowhere, then came the phone call. Here comes the chance. Look at the crowd here. It's really grown up to about 16,000 now. Here we go with Jimmy Lennon Jr., your MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to Freedom Hall here in the beautiful city of Louisville, Kentucky, as we present our featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Straight Out Promotions in association with Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, and Showtime. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the Kentucky Athletic Commission. The chairman is Mike Cunningham, commissioners Ballard Cassidy and Paula McClellan. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Jack Locke and Dr. Mark Wheeler. Timekeeper at the bell is John Cooper. Keeping count of the knockdowns, Hector Falú Mendoza. Judging at ringside for our main event, from Owensboro, Kentucky, Dan McClellan. From Louisville, Kentucky, Johnny Monson. And also from Louisville, we have Steve Ryan. Introducing at this time our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Dennis Alfred. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in a heavyweight special attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Louisville, Kentucky, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, on my left. He is fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring, wearing white trunks with red trim, and joining us from London, England. He weighed in at 265 pounds. His record stands at 31 wins, 3 losses, with 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former British and British Commonwealth heavyweight champion, introducing Danny Williams. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner, really needing no introduction the world over. Entering the ring, wearing his traditional black trunks and hailing from Catskill, New York. He weighed in at 233 pounds. His record, 50 wins, 4 losses, 2 no contests, with 44 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the number 8 heavyweight by the WBC. Tonight, he is making his return to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Please welcome the one and only Iron Mike Tyson.
He's in the mood now, Tyson, and in danger of becoming popular as well.
Once again, a referee in charge, Dennis Alfred, now to give instructions. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Gentlemen, we're going over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean bout. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. You're good about here, you're good here. Y'all have any questions? Touch them up.
You won't believe this, but Danny Williams, during the introductions, looked down at us at ringside and gave us a smile. He is so relaxed. I hope he's not too relaxed. How will he cope with this first round? He knows this is the moment of his life. Tyson is starting to breathe fire, you sense, in these last few seconds before the fight. Last-minute instructions from Freddie Roach for Tyson. Roach was saying he wouldn't mind if Tyson did 4 or 5 rounds here, got a few rounds under his belt. He said there might be some ring rust. A lot of people think this could go in a round. Tyson has done that 23 times in 56 fights. Here we go. Can Williams make a statement early? Yeah, he goes for it with a right hand. He doesn't cover up. Oh, no. Tyson back using the jab, which went missing for so often. Williams tries to counter him with a right hand here. It's quite a start.
When Tyson's pushing him back, he must manhandle Tyson. Don't allow him to work. It's good that he's blasting back, but he still has to be careful when his body weight's pushed back. That's a good job from Tyson.
One thing Williams hasn't done is frozen. That's for certain, because he came out and tried to throw something straight away. He's coming in with a strategy and an idea. He's got to try and carry it out, and a left on the inside there. Tyson 38, remember now. Williams was 13 when Mike first became world heavyweight champion in 1986. Quite a thought that. Good body shot from Tyson, who looked so sharp when we saw him working the pads in the shopping centre down the road earlier on in the week.
See, Danny can't match Tyson for speed, so he's going to have to match him for power in the early rounds. He's going to have to hurt him, gain his respect.
Got to use that jab as well. Tyson's trying to get his jab back. He lost it for a long time, and the head movement too. They'll be looking for body punches as well. That's a key to the Tyson strategy, I know. And he ripped in a right hook and a left, and that one just shook Williams, but he did take it. And another one and a left, and Williams is in trouble here. In the first round, Tyson's got him going. He has to hold on. Shaken up. Round one. Crisis. First crisis for Danny Williams. Can he get through it? Tyson might have him here. He's a great finisher.
See, Williams' legs have gone. There's no power in his own punches. All he can hope to do here is survive. Just hang on for dear life. The first left hook was a beauty. He took it well, but he didn't take it as a warning, and the others landed.
Ferocious power still there for Tyson. But we kind of knew that. He's going to the body. There's another uppercut through the middle. This is pretty electric from Tyson early on here. He doesn't look like a shot fighter tonight so far. But how long can he keep it going? That's another thing. Can Williams ride the storm like the one that's raging outside, or has been tonight, with tornado warnings as well in the Louisville area?
The trouble is, Ian, these punches that are taking something out of Williams, they're right rocking him right down to his boots. Tyson complaining. Maybe a clash of heads there. That's it. Uppercut landing again.
And a right cross and 2 more left hooks. Unsteady on his legs, Williams, but takes it. Maybe that's why he came in so heavy for the fight. He's really had to suck it up, and he's showing plenty of heart in this opening round.
Well, Ian, it's good the way Williams' head is clearing after he's taken these shots. He was badly hurt, but his eyes are focused again. He's obviously in good shape. He's expecting to be hurt, but he's coped with it so well in the first round. Big round for Tyson, but a point made by Danny Williams,
who's done better already than 23 other Tyson opponents. Don't question his heart. He showed plenty of that. Remember that night when he fought with a dislocated shoulder and won him against Mark Potter. Now, what do they say in the corner?
Listen to what I'm telling you. Keep your hands up high, keep your chin down, and use your jab. Okay, Dan? Keep your hands up high.
See, the trouble is, Tyson is so good at getting close. His style, his whole career long, has been all about getting past people's punches, getting close. Now, that was the warning, but he didn't take the warning, and Tyson just caught him again with the left hook. That one took his legs completely away. The uppercut was a beauty. That was a finishing punch, but the man took it, and I was surprised how quickly his eyes cleared after it. He takes another one in the chin. Amazing. Certainly nothing wrong with his chin or his heart.
Give all the respect in the world to Danny Williams. There were ripping body shots, uppercuts. He went through the repertoire, Tyson, in that round. I mean, that was almost an echo of the old days. His round 2, but Williams has got through it. Tyson is a lot fitter, we're told, than he was for the Clifford Etienne fight 17 months ago, his last fight, which he won in 49 seconds.
It's also notable Ian Tyson's not wasting punches, he's not swinging wildly. It's as if the old technique's back, he's cool, he's calm and he's accurate.
And he's finding gaps too in the Williams defence. When Williams jabs, he brings his left hand back a bit low, leaves himself open to the right hand and does tend to circle onto the right hand as well. They kind of unveiled that looking at videos of him, Tyson and Freddie Roach.
Well, Williams can say the worst has happened. He's taken Tyson's full-blooded shots and he's still there. If he can just turn around and hurt Tyson with a big right hand, that's all he would need just to get that confidence up.
Tyson complains about something, and then Williams comes in with a left hook and rips home a right hand as well. Then a body shot back from him and says, have some of this. He makes a little statement back to Tyson.
That's exactly what's called for. Show the man you're not there to make up the numbers. That was a beautiful left hook.
This is good so far. Right cross, left hook from Tyson, head and body. But how long can he keep this going at his age before he gets a bit punched out? That's a little question you might care to bear in mind. If Williams can bring that into the equation, he has to keep on taking the shots, of course, for it to happen.
Well, I'm impressed, as I say, the way Williams has taken the punches and he's back looking fit, strong and focused again. The eyes are totally clear.
He's trained well for this fight in New York, trained long and hard. Good jab from Danny Williams, who has underachieved in his career. He is quite classy when he cares to show it. He wants to show tonight that he's a world-class heavyweight himself. Nice right uppercut from Tyson. Back comes Williams with a right cross. The crowd are liking this. And Williams is making much more of an argument than people thought of it. Tyson's going to have to work for this. Williams is making him work. Catches him with a clubbing right. Left to the body as well. And this is much more competitive in this round. And Williams is dishing out a bit of his own.
I tell you what, Danny doesn't like working at this pace, but it's wonderful to watch. He's giving as good as he's getting here in the second round. This is a tremendous performance by Danny Williams.
Can he turn a courageous performance into a sensational one if this goes on? Tyson's still very good with the hooks and especially the uppercut. They've worked on that, driving punches up through the middle, working the body pretty well too. It's as sharp as I've seen him in a while.
Yep, it's as though he's getting his old technique back, as I say. Freddie Roach is a big plus for him at this stage in his career. But full credit in that round definitely goes to our guy, Danny Williams.
Well, it's great action so far, this. Tom Patty, by the way, one of the men on that caption, goes back to the old Catskill days. A new man in the corner. And Ira Trocker is the cuts man ever since anybody can remember. But this is good, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, again he was caught with full-blooded shots, took them and come back. I thought he gave as good as he got. That was a little complaint from Tyson. Was it a low blow? But he was looking to the referee. It looked like maybe one straight just a little bit low. But this is far better already than we expect from Danny Williams. He's showing Tyson. He stopped Tyson in his tracks. He's not really shaking him yet, but Tyson knows there's a guy here, wants to give him a fight.
Is this the same Danny Williams who went through all those weird antics in the British title fight with Michael Scott? This has concentrated his mind wonderfully. But there might be another storm coming from the baddest and sometimes the saddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson. Good body shot from Williams with his back to the ropes. He's eating it up. They swap body shots, and again Williams stays with him. A lovely uppercut on the inside from Tyson. Williams came back with one of his own. It's getting fiery there. There's a bit of blood around as well.
The little nick, I think, in Danny's eye.
Yeah. And a gum shield has come out, has it?
Looks like a point from I don't know if it's for holding and punching. Looks like a point from Danny Williams. I mean, he's not even making it clear what this is about.
It's a point off Danny Williams, I think,
I think it's for holding and punching. I think it's for holding and punching. I'm not sure.
Well, it seemed a fair enough exchange to me on the inside there. Are they on Williams' case? The referee, Dennis Alfred, is not making it very clear, and there's mass confusion. As Tyson picked up a little cut in all of that as well.
Well, there's blood on Williams' face. It may be come from a cut in Tyson.
What's the decision they're trying to say? Yeah, he's got a cut by the right eye in all of that, Tyson. The referee, who's got 25 years experience, but not much of it at this kind of level. Did he deduct a point? I don't think he did. I'm not sure, frankly. We'll check on it. Right hand, though, from Tyson. The points are likely to be academic. Tyson hasn't won a fight on points since Razor Ruddock in 1991. Well, it's rip-roaring entertainment, this, so far as good as any heavyweight fight we've seen in a while, title or non-title. And a low blow deduction now for Danny Williams. Now he has got a point deducted.
Well, Ian, I'm sure there was a point deducted first time as well for holding and hitting, and so I'm sure that's 2 points from Danny Williams, and that's how we have to reflect it in the scorecard. You have to be guided by the referee, but I think it's a downright liberty.
Yeah, pathetic, frankly, from the referee. Real hometown piece of refereeing. Pathetic.
Good right hand. Williams is still getting the punches off. Tyson's trying to push his body weight back, but Williams still able to get them off.
We'll have to check this, whether Williams had 1 point deducted or 2 in the round. That might dispirit him a little bit.
Well, Tyson was a little bit cynical with his head then. Don't see any warning coming that way, or a stern look was all they seemed to get from the referee, not a ticking off.
But he's still staying with Tyson, almost punch for punch, but that's a big left from the ex-champion there. But Williams is eating these up and still coming back at Tyson. And I think he fancies he'll get to him. A real mean look about Williams. I've never seen him like this before.
He's taken another full-blooded shot and he's come through it. This is unbelievable stuff from Danny Williams. Another full-blooded shot lands on his chin and he comes right through it.
And Tyson's wondering how he's still there in front of him, but he is. And he still looks pretty competitive, Danny Williams as well. Tyson again finds a very sharp uppercut. Williams looked on the verge of defeat in the first round, but increasingly he's taking these shots. When will they get to him? Oh, another left hook from Tyson. Didn't quite land flush. Otherwise, Williams might have been on his way out of the arena. He could have been in orbit from that one if it had landed cleanly.
Well, unfortunately, Ian will have to be scoring that 10-7. I would never have dreamed of that. The way Williams responded, but I thought it was Tyson's round and we have points deducted. I thought the referee was totally out of order there.
I call Mike. You want to say it? Can I keep the pressure on?
Well, the judges are trying to check with the referee how many points he's deducted. It is, we can confirm, 2 points off Danny Williams for alleged transgressions in that round. And I have to say, that was appalling refereeing in my book.
Yeah, because there was some cynical head work from Tyson later on in the round, and all he got was a stern look from the referee. Really hometown refereeing here. But we can look beyond that to the pluses. What a performance so far from Williams. Every round he's taken a full-blooded Tyson shot and come on through it.
I'd say whatever happens here, this is the performance of Danny Williams' career. No matter what's happened in his campaign as British and Commonwealth champion, and his poor effort at the European title against Samuel Sam when he was knocked down 3 times and stopped in 6th round.
Well, Ian, Tyson was coming into it. That's a good right hand.
Yeah, he's in trouble again from that, Williams. But again, his head seemed to clear, and another huge vintage Tyson right. Cracks, explodes against the jaw of Williams, and he took that too. You can't believe this.
See, the thing is, Tyson was expecting a one-round job. This is exactly what Danny Williams is expecting. He's getting what he expected, and he's coping with it perfectly.
Well, we wondered if Williams could get to the 4th round, and we thought if he could, he might start to make it very interesting. He has got to the 4th round. He might have had 2 points deducted in that last round, unfairly, we thought. Let's see what happens now.
Well, if he can start using the 2-stone advantage now to manhandle Tyson, push him back, make space for his own punches, could he turn this all the way around?
Danny Williams is doing British boxing proud here. So far he's done nothing less than phenomenally, faced with the kind of heat and electricity that Tyson can exert.
And there's a flat-footed look about Tyson now, Ian. He doesn't want to be in this kind of fight at the age of 38, especially when he's expecting a one-round job.
Chance of Tyson from the 15,000 fans in this Freedom Hall where Muhammad Ali made his debut after his Olympic gold.
They're both really feeling the pace, they're both taking big shots, they're throwing big shots. Tyson's still just looking that little bit more dangerous.
Williams has certainly had more than his fair share of moments, even though Tyson, I fancy, has been winning the rounds.
Well, definitely the first signs of tiredness in Tyson's work. He's not quick to resume the attacks.
Right cross twice from Williams as they work in close. He's not intimidated by Tyson. Is he going to get to him? Will Tyson punch himself out? Will his age begin to tell now?
Ian, the first signs are showing that Tyson is punching himself out. He's throwing single shots. He's taking punches now. His defences are scattered.
And he's in trouble here. Williams is getting to him. Big attack from Danny Williams. It's about a dozen punch combination. And Tyson rocked a little bit from these. He's in big trouble and he goes down. Only the ropes kept him out. 38-year-old Mike Tyson. We could be on the brink of a sensation. The count is 5 and he stops the count because Williams wasn't in the neutral and then he picked it up at 6. 9, he's going to knock him out. He's all knocked out. A sensational win for Danny Williams. One of the biggest wins in British boxing history. You cannot believe it. Tyson may be knocked into retirement by the unconsidered Danny Williams of Great Britain. Absolutely amazing.
Well, after stringing it along for all those years, Danny Williams is finally done what we expected, more than anybody could expect him to do. Wonderful performance, and he did it the right way. He took everything that came his way from Tyson. He took Tyson's best shots and dished out better. Wonderful performance, fantastic.
I'm trying to get my breath back. That is the biggest British win in America, I'd say, since Lloyd Honeyghan upset the man who was regarded as pound for pound the best in the world at the time at his weight, Don Curry, back in 1986, 18 years ago. The reverberations of that will be felt all around the world. Is that the end for Tyson at 38? He looked so sharp, but Williams got through those first 3 rounds and unbelievably knocked out Tyson in the 4th at 2 minutes and 51 seconds of round 4. Danny Williams, who's had so many disappointments in his career, but has always hinted that he had a lot of class. Tonight, it all came together. Faced with that occasion, he just produced something so very, very special. It's his night, and maybe the very end for Mike Tyson. Nobody here can quite believe it.
Well, Mike Tyson is so used to bullying people, but Danny Williams took his best shots, took him flush on the chin and came firing back. He answered everything that Tyson threw at him, and look at the finish here, couldn't miss. At this point on, Tyson had nothing left. At 38 years of age, suddenly he started looking his age, but that's because of what Danny Williams was dishing out.
Jim, I just counted that, 20 unanswered punches from Danny Williams to end the fight, and the referee abandoned the count at 5.
At this stage, even once again, he tried to help Mike Tyson. He stopped the count and sent Danny Williams back to his corner. He did everything he possibly could tonight to ensure a Mike Tyson victory, and Danny Williams even beat the referee. Wonderful.
The count was about 14, I reckon, altogether. Strictly speaking, Williams wasn't in the neutral corner, but the referee was so biased and should never be let near a big fight again, as far as I'm concerned. But never mind, that's a subplot here. Look at this from Danny Williams. He knew it was his time. What a night for British boxing, Jim.
It's unbelievable. I would say this must be... I know Mike Tyson is well past his best, but I don't know that there's been a bigger upset in British boxing. As you say, Lloyd Honeyghan was a fantastic upset, but Lloyd Honeyghan was a world-class fighter. We did not expect this from a man who's just lost his British title.
They will talk about this win for as long as boxing is practiced. For Danny Williams, look at the face of Tyson there. Beaten for only the 5th time in his career. Buster Douglas, Evander Holyfield twice, Lennox Lewis, and now another British boxer, Danny Williams, has done it, and he's done it in 4 rounds. It's a knockout, a count-out.
Yeah, and he was putting full power into every shot, but this time he knew he didn't have to worry what was coming his way. He must have felt up close he was so much stronger than Tyson. There were signs that Tyson was flat-footed at the start of the round, that maybe he'd shot his bolt. Danny sensed that and just poured the punches. Every one a quality shot. Hips and shoulders going right in with the shots. Tyson with absolutely nothing left.
On the Richter scale of boxing shots, mark that down as a 9.
So you can see Tyson has everything punched out of him here. I cannot speak so highly of Danny Williams. He took everything that came his way. It wasn't a sucker punch, it wasn't a fluke. He took everything that Tyson had and come back with something better.
Look at that image. It needs no caption. The final moments of Mike Tyson's boxing career. Surely he can't come back from that, Jim.
Now, how can he be marketable now if he can't? I mean, British heavyweights are looked down on throughout history, apart from 1 or 2, especially Lennox Lewis. But this must be the biggest shock America has seen in years.
But not only that, let's hear it officially here now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 2 minutes, 51 seconds in round number 4. Our referee in charge, Dennis Alfred, reaches the count of 10. He's the winner by way of a stunning knockout, Danny Williams.
And I'm still struggling to believe it. A lot of people didn't think Danny Williams would last a round, including the American television executives who are behind Tyson. There are some sick faces around here. There's a lot of money invested in Mike Tyson. Danny Williams didn't care about that. It was his night as far as he was concerned. We listened to him all week. We wondered if he was just talking a good fight. We feared that he'd fall apart, but he's rammed the words back down everybody's throat. He's been absolutely equal and measured up to everything he said he would do in this fight. He took the best Tyson had to offer. It didn't look like a sharp Tyson, it looked like a very sharp Tyson, but he did punch himself out, and then Williams was on him like a jungle cat. And here he is now with Jim Gray.
Why did you make the decision to go toe-to-toe with Tyson, particularly after getting rocked there in the 1st and 2nd rounds?
You know, the thing is, the way Tyson fights, I went in with the plan to jab and move, but the way he fights, when he hits you with a good shot, you want to get one back on him. I suppose that's inexperience. But I showed that I'm a warrior. I've boxed with a dislocated shoulder. I went toe-to-toe with Mike, and I came out on top. Alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah.
Were you holding on for dear life there in the 1st round? Were you out on your feet?
No. He hurt me for maybe a few seconds. Obviously, I had to hold on. I'm not going to keep fighting if I'm hurt. And then I came back boxing smart.
Danny, let's try and get Mike in here with us, if we can. If you'll come with us here, please. Mike Tyson. Mike. Shelley, can we get a word with Mike before he goes? Mike, we'd appreciate your time.
I said no nicely, please.
Shelley Finkel escorting Mike away. Okay. We'll try and get back. Danny, excuse us for the interruption. Danny, we were trying to get Mike before he left the ring. So take us through now. You were penalized for an elbow. You were penalized for a low blow. You're losing points. You were getting knocked around in the 1st round, and you still had the wherewithal to continue.
Yeah, but you know, if you watch any of my fights, the first few rounds are always my worst, but I'm always come back from that because I've got heart. People don't think I've got heart for some reason, but I've got loads of heart.
No one gave you a chance. You were a 9-1 underdog. When you talked to us a couple of days ago, you felt that you could win this fight, but even you weren't really sure. You didn't know what the outcome was going to be, were you?
No, I was sure all along. That's why when you interviewed me, I was so relaxed and so confident. I was sure I was going to win. You know, because people forget, this ain't the peak Mike Tyson. This is Mike Tyson was 38 years old and been out of the ring for 17 months. So I knew I had the capabilities of beating him, no doubt. Alhamdulillah. Thank you to Samson for making the match.
Did he resemble anything to you that you had studied in his films?
I don't know, I'm going to have to watch the tape, but his power certainly did. He's got a tremendous puncher power.
Danny, what does this do for you now? You're 32 and 3. You're 31 years old. What do you look forward to now in your future?
Well, alhamdulillah, you know, I'm just going to go back and relax, chill out with my family, do men things like change nappies and tidy the house. And then after that, I'm going to look towards a world title shot or a rematch with Mike, because I know he's going to want a rematch.
Has there been a bigger moment in your professional life than anything quite like this? Maybe your life period?
No, definitely. Well, in boxing, there's never been a bigger moment than this, you know. But I'd like to thank Jim McDonald, Dwight Yard and all the team, Lorraine Yard, my wife, my family, for my brother, everyone for giving me the opportunity. Frank Warren as well, big up.
If we can bring the monitor in here, we've got it right here. Tell us about the knockout and what's going on here in the 5th round. And did you feel that you had him?
Yeah, I felt like I had him. When I hit him with a shot, I rocked him with a shot. I just remember Holyfield fighting him, and Holyfield kept throwing shot after shot. So I thought, I'm going to keep it on, keep throwing, because Mike doesn't recover from a shot very well. So I just kept throwing and keep throwing.
Is there any sense, and here it comes, tell us about the final shot here.
Yeah, I was just throwing and throwing. I don't even know what was the last shot with Lang. I just kept throwing and throwing because I knew he was hurt. Look, you know. Thank you to Showtime as also.
Is there any sense of sadness in the fact that you're beating somebody who's obviously well past their prime, but in his day was a great champion?
No, definitely not, because, you know, Mike Tyson is unbeaten in non-title bouts. He's still a force to be reckoned with. But like I said before, he's 40%, but his 40% is better than most people's 100%. You know, he's beaten Franz Both, he's beaten Etienne in, was it 50-something seconds? So, you know, he's a great fighter.
All right.
And so, one last thing, I'd like to propose to my wife, Zoe Brown. Will you marry me?
Where is she right now?
Zoe,
let's come out. Hey, Zoe, come on over here. Zoe, Danny just won a big fight. He got something he wants to ask you.
Zoe, I'd like to marry you.
Yes.
Will you marry me?
Yeah, of course.
He got hit all night, and now he's being kissed. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Showtime. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Zoe.
Not a bad night in the life of Danny Williams, that. He knocks out Tyson and gets the girl. Hey, Hollywood couldn't write this.
No, if Hollywood wrote this, you wouldn't believe it. We kept saying if Danny could get past the first 3 rounds, he was in with a great chance, but we weren't saying it with any conviction because we didn't really believe it would happen. We thought what Tyson had was too much for what Danny could take, but Danny proved he took his best, come back with better. A wonderful night in Danny Williams' life.
An unforgettable night. I did laugh when Jim Gray asked him, was he a little bit sad about it? Oh yeah, he's really sad, isn't he? What does this mean for Danny Williams? Where can he go now? He's arrived now among the elite of the world heavyweights.
And he's arrived at a time, Ian, when the world heavyweight division is so low. There are 3 people carrying titles who Danny could probably beat. So that there's a wonderful chance Britain could have yet another world heavyweight champion. If he can keep this confidence, keep this form, he could certainly beat John Ruiz.
And Lamont Brewster as well, and Chris Bird. And of course there's Vitaly Klitschko. That might be another matter. What a night though for little Jim McDonnell there as well, the trainer. What a night for him. And of course, you know, credit to Dwight Yard who's joined the team for this fight, the cuts man there, David Tenney. They all deserve credit because Jim's been absolutely crucial in keeping Danny's head level and getting him right mentally for this, which was half the battle.
Yeah, when you saw as he came into the ring, as you said, he was winking down at us or smiling down at us. He had himself well together, and it was a disastrous first round. I mean, the punches he took in the first round, most of Tyson's opponents do not recover from that. But Danny was expecting it. It wasn't a surprise to him, so he was able to get his focus back. I was always surprised at how quickly his eyes cleared after taking full-blooded shots. This guy was in the shape of his life.
And he looks as calm about it, doesn't he? As if he's just gone shopping down to the supermarket. Just had a 7-week-old daughter as well. A sensation here. Danny Williams knocks out Mike Tyson in round 4.
And he's emulated everything Douglas, Holyfield and Lewis achieved against Mike Tyson before him. It's a great night for all of us. Glenn McCrory, your first reaction to it?
Disbelief, amazement. It was absolutely wonderful. But the thing that shone through more than anything was Danny's massive sense of belief. You know, he really, the man who so often hasn't believed in his own ability and let himself and people around him down when it mattered, you know, stood up to the plate and brilliant performance.
Johnny, have you seen anything like this in your life following boxing?
I'm like the cat that's got the cream. I'm sat here as if to say, I don't want to say I told you so, but I wouldn't say he would have done it with any conviction, but the style he did it, brilliant.
Danny,
Let's hear from him.
Congratulations. Can you believe what you've just done?
Yeah, I can believe it because I believe I could do it from the start. Anyone who interviewed me before the fight saw how relaxed I was. I know I could do it. Alhamdulillah, all praise be to Allah.
Where do you think this takes you now? You've suddenly arrived among the elite of world boxing in one crashing sensation.
Yeah, I think it enables me to get a world title shot straight off, you know. But, yeah, not putting myself down, but I didn't really box that well. I went to war with him, which was wrong, but I proved that I've got a heart. For some reason, people don't think I've got a heart.
Did you really think you made a mistake? Don't you think you made a statement by imposing yourself on him? You look like you might be beaten in round one. How badly were you in trouble?
Yeah, he hurt me for about 20 seconds. I was hurt, and so I held on and played smart. But the plan was to box him and then take it to him after 4 rounds. But he had other ideas about that. So I just went to war with him and I won. Alhamdulillah. What round was it anyway?
It was the 4th round, Danny. But people will say it was the 38-year-old Tyson, but he looked so sharp. He didn't look a sharp fighter in those first 3 rounds.
Yeah, he wasn't. Like I said from the beginning, he's 40%. He's 40% of what he used to be, but he's 40% is 100% of most people. And all praise be to God. Thank you, Jim McDonald, for helping me. He trained me hard, and Dwight Yard.
You threw 20 punches unanswered to finish the fight. Can you think about what you were doing during those moments and what you were thinking?
No, I just think, I watched the Holyfield fight many times, and I noticed that when Holyfield hurt him, he just kept throwing. He didn't let him have a break, so that's what I intended to do. Just kept throwing. But once Mike gets hurt, he's very hard to recover. And I knew he was tired anyway, he was tired. He's hit me with very hard shots, but I wasn't going nowhere.
Do you think that's ended Mike Tyson's career? Do you think you've done that?
I think that he'll probably ask for a rematch. If he can't win the rematch, he will definitely retire.
It's too soon for you to say so, but just tell us, who would you like to fight? Because the world is your oyster now.
Yeah, Chris Bird, Vitaly Klitschko, any of them guys.
Just take a look here, Danny. You can see the end of the fight. Just talk us through that.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep punching, keep hurting the guy. And I knew that once he never threw back, I knew I had him hurt. That was Holyfield, man. Just keep punching, proving that I had heart, man. Take him out.
Everybody said you might dissolve mentally before the fight. You seem to cope with that easily.
Yeah, you know what? All praise be to God, Allah. For some reason, the Michael Spock fights, the key fights, they seem to drain me mentally. But this fight, I just felt so good about it,
Everybody's saying this is the biggest sensation any British boxer has caused since Lloyd Honeyghan beat Don Curry in 1986.
Yeah, I definitely agree with it. My trainer Jim McDonald nearly done it against Azumi Nelson, but I done it here tonight.
Put into words what it means to you.